Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw. I'm here today with Marilyn Cairo, who's Vice President of Global Sales for Premier Worldwide Marketing, which really is Charisma Hotels and Resorts. That's how we all know it better. And as you may guess, they are opening up more and more resorts all around the Caribbean and Mexico. But the one we want to focus on today is one that I've actually been watching get built the last few years because I would just happen to be at resorts nearby. It is the new Nickelodeon Hotels and Resorts Riviera Maya, which really is, everybody's been waiting for this. It's kind of the first of its kind in a way. And it really is for those of families, it's just going to be the perfect place. But we wanted to talk to Marilyn about this and a whole lot more on Insider Travel Report. Now, first of all, Marilyn, how are you? And actually, where are you?
I am doing great, James. I am based in Florida, getting ready for a trip to Mexico next week.
Oh, so you're going to go down and check it out, huh? So yeah. So let's talk about this. What do you think makes Nickelodeon Hotels and Resorts Riviera Maya right now the perfect resort for a family vacation?
Oof, that's a loaded question. Let me start off by saying it's the first purpose-built Nickelodeon hotel and resort within our chain. So from the moment we did the groundbreaking, we knew it was going to be a Nickelodeon property. It's a multi-generational resort. And James, we were talking about kids, the ages of the children. I have 3 kids, ages 29 to 11. Mm-hmm. All 3 of them grew up on the Ninja Turtles. Now, most 29-year-olds today, or a good part of them, are married and may even have children. So they grew up on Nickelodeon, and their kids will grow up on Nickelodeon. And it is a fantastic resort. It's only 280 suites. All of them are swim up. And in the Caribbean, that's a big plus, especially now coming out of this pandemic. Everybody wants that privacy, that exclusivity. All the rooms are oceanfront, and it is absolutely spectacularly themed from throwback Nickelodeon, Good Burger, one of our prime restaurants, which is home of the Good Burger, of course. And that was actually a Nickelodeon film back in the day. Actually, I remember that, seeing that as well with my oldest son. And you've got La Spatula, which is, a throwback to SpongeBob. You've got La Piazza for the turtles. I mean, the hotel is just so perfectly themed for all ages. And we haven't even gotten to the water park yet.
No, and that it is. It sounds like and I'm not as well versed in Nickelodeon as you are, but I know these characters too, just because they're part of our culture. Now, and indeed, during the stay, I assume there are different times when characters do interact with guests and they get the opportunity to meet them. How much interaction do we have with characters?
Oof, there's a ton of interaction. First of all, we have 21 characters. So it's a very, very vast majority of the characters. You have all 4 turtles, SpongeBob, Sandy, Squidward, of course, Patrick, Blue's Clues, Dora, Diego, Boots. I mean, I could go on. At any time, you'll have pop-up character appearances. We've got our gorgeous golden pineapple in the lobby.
Of course, you can't go wrong with the golden pineapple in the lobby, right?
Exactly. So that's your first introduction. So at any time of the day, you'll see SpongeBob and Patrick Star just pop up for photo opportunities. If you want character dining, we've got breakfast with the characters over at Nick Bistro, which is in the water park. And then there's a schedule of activities throughout the day as well as the evening where the characters will appear. They've got a production show that they do in Plaza Orange. And then late at night, we've got our, Snick at Night lounge. So in terms of opportunities to see the characters, there's tons of opportunity.
No, that's great. And that's really what the kids like. I know, especially, younger children like the characters first, and then they start getting into the rides and attractions and everything else. Now let's talk a little bit about something you mentioned just a second ago, which is your water park, Aquanic. Mm-hmm. First of all, is it just going to be open for guests, or is it open for outside as well?
The top priority is the guest. So based on the hotel occupancy, and normally our rooms, by the way, can accommodate families of 5. Mm-hmm. Which is an anomaly in this industry nowadays. So, let's just say a regular 2+2 family times 280 suites. The water park has a capacity of 1,200.
Right.
So based on the hotel occupancy, it will dictate if we are able to sell, tickets for like a day pass style ticket for Aquanic for outside guests. It is not guaranteed. So what we've decided now is to only sell Aquanic tickets 10 days in advance.
Got it.
That will allow us to gauge the occupancy, because top priority is the actual guest staying at Nickelodeon.
No, absolutely. And we adults can come too, right?
Oh, yes. We've got 20 slides, an action river, a lazy river. We have a splash zone, Paw Patrol for the toddlers. There's Bikini Bottom, which is where SpongeBob lives. There's food, there's beverage throughout several points. There's cabanas. There's like a little beachy area. It's absolutely spectacular. Like I told you, we have more adults staying at the park than we do children right now.
Well, there you go. You made it for families, and you got these darn adults who still want to go down there, right? Yeah, that's great.
Yep.
Now, you almost convinced me. I think next time I'm going to be down there. Maybe you give me a little pass, or I'll stay one night. We'll see.
No, you have to stay. You can't just do it on a pass.
I got to recruit some some kids. Although maybe I could get my daughter to go. She's a kid at heart, and she deals with kids all the time. But sounds wonderful. Now, what about you did just mention the accommodations, the suites for families for 5. Let's talk about those accommodations. What exactly is in that suite for 5, and what are these specialty suites at the property?
So we've got a total of 4 specialty suites. These are our signature suites. We have our Pineapple Villa, our Golden Pineapple Villa, which is at the very top 6th floor. This is actually our second Pineapple Villa, because the very first one is in Nickelodeon in Punta Cana. New to this hotel, we have the Turtles Lair. So for anyone that's familiar with the Ninja Turtles, they live in the sewers of New York, right? When you walk into this suite, you've got the exposed brick, you've got the exposed piping. So it's as if you were walking into a beautiful under sewer ground area. You've got 24/7 pizza delivery, because that's what the turtles eat.
Sure.
And then outside, you've got the turtle shell. Then we have our 2 big kahuna suites, which is the entire world of Nickelodeon inside of these suites.
Wow.
So every single character, Rugrats, Arnold, tons of character appearances, lithographs, artwork is in the big kahuna suite. That's 4. The remaining 276 suites are made up of either kings or double beds. And then obviously they've got the Murphy bed and a pull-out sofa, and we accommodate 5. In addition to that, James, every room has 2 bathrooms, 2 full bathrooms.
Yeah, so, very important with families and kids, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I'm a family of 5, so I understand the added space and the ability to accommodate, 5 in a room. And then, of course, add to that, they're all swim up. So right. Every room, if you're on the ground floor, you're swimming out into the main pool, and then 2nd through 6th floor, you've got the swim out on the balcony, and the entire building faces the ocean. So absolutely phenomenal. No,
that's great. Well, you got me at the turtles and the pizza, so I think that would be my choice right away. Because as long as I get pizza, I'll be a Ninja Turtle, that's for sure. Now let's talk a little bit about the activities that guests can participate in, both as a family and maybe just the kids. What is the range of activity? What can you do at the resort?
So, let's start off with Aquanic, because that is a big draw to the hotel. And Aquanic is, 20 slides, the Bikini Bottom, you've got the lazy river, the action river, you've got the toddler area with Paw Patrol. So we definitely have the water park, Aquanic. In addition to the water park, they have actual live shows at the water park Plaza Orange.
Okay.
So there are character appearances there. There's a massive amphitheater for nightly family game shows. And that is, so one of the things that we're introducing, it is actually a Viacom produced, a Nickelodeon produced game show where families will compete with other families. And then the winning family gets an honorary private sliming as their prize, which in the world of Nickelodeon, James, to be slimed is a huge honor.
Yes, I'm aware of that. I got slimed once when I was at one Nickelodeon attraction many years ago.
Yep.
And I considered it a great honor, and I tried to keep it in my hair as long as possible.
It does stick around for a while. So that's a huge badge of honor. The water park itself on a daily has a massive sliming from Bikini Bottom. So, there's green everywhere at one point in the afternoon. You have Nick Bistro, which is where you're going to have dining as well as character breakfast, because, that's a great opportunity for autographs, photographs, etc. And that's where the kids' eyes just light up. We do have a spa. So for the adults, mom and dad can definitely enjoy some spa time, and there are some kid-oriented treatments there as well. We do have a kids club, as well as we have
It
a
seems
kids
like
club.
the whole thing is a kids club. I don't know.
Yeah. We have a kids club at the water park, and then we have a kids club at the main hotel,
Wow,
which is
that's
great because you have options as a parent, to leave the children for a nap, or even if you just want to enjoy a bite yourself in some peace and quiet. There is an activity schedule that is provided via app to all of the guests when they, check in. We let them know about the app so they'll know what characters are popping up where. In the evening, dinner is an experience in itself. The restaurants, honestly, James, when you come down, you have to stay with us because not only is the menu catered, but the theming of the restaurants is unbelievable.
Well, I did want to get into the dining because you sound like, how many restaurants are there?
There's 5 restaurants at the moment.
Okay. And what are the different cuisine that you can have?
Well, Good Burger, obviously that's a good old fashioned, milkshakes, hamburger, ice cream. It actually has an ice cream food truck in the middle of the restaurant, and it is themed like that 50s style red and white checkered diner. So very, very traditional to the Nickelodeon Good Burger. And you'll see a lot of references to the movie. Then you have La Spatula, which is where SpongeBob provides. That's international cuisine. You have Yacht. You have Piazza, which is an Italian restaurant. Piazza is catered more towards the turtle theming. And then you have Nick Bistro as well. And then in the evenings, we have Snick Lounge, which during the day is open for families, but in the evening after a certain hour, it will be for the adults. There's a fantastic bar called Bikini Bottom, very properly named. And that's where you can, if you're out on the beach or out in the main pool, you want to just grab a quick bite. Perfect. Bikini Bottom is right by the pool area, serves, snacks, grab and go type cuisine, and then obviously great drinks. So there's definitely a lot to explore.
So if you're going to stay there for a week, you'll have plenty of different dining options during that week. It sounds and probably pretty good too, because if you are affiliated with Charisma, if I recall, you really hang your hat on the dining, and that's you probably hopefully that carries through to even Nickelodeon because this is one of your properties.
Yep. And we're right now working on a couple of signature dishes, which they've asked us not to share because they want it to be a surprise, very organic type of experience for the clients. Because we get asked all the time, will Krabby Patties be on the menu? Because that's SpongeBob's signature dish. Obviously, we have pizza. That's what the turtles eat. So there's a couple of surprises that we have for the guests, both when they arrive and throughout their stay.
No, that's fantastic. So we will eat very well, and after we play very well all during the day.
Oh, yeah.
Now, how would you recommend that travel advisors position this new resort when selling it to their clients?
That's a great question. If a travel agent, and speaking very candidly, if you're going to sell this as a hotel with a water park, you're not going to close a sale. Mm-hmm. This is actually a family destination within the Riviera Maya, and that's how it has to be positioned, because the water park in itself, it's not just a little splash area with 2 slides. It is an all-day event. The character experiences, the dining opportunities, the shows, the nightly entertainment, the daily activities. The suites invite you to want to stay and relax more than just, a place to shower and change and sleep. So to agents out there, I definitely say you can't just sell it based on the brand. You've got to dive into the experience that the property is going to provide the guest of all ages. You've got to know your client. Are they millennials? Are they Gen Z? Are they Gen X? Are they boomers, baby boomers? What is it that attracts them to the Nickelodeon? Is it a multi-generational family where the grandparents are traveling, or, maybe 2 sisters are getting together, they haven't seen each other? It is a destination within the Riviera Maya. It is simply not a water park with a hotel.
No, absolutely. And that's good advice because, you could say, oh, it's a water park and, oh, yeah, they got some Nickelodeon characters there. That, you don't want to do that. You want to position it as the whole thing. Now, in general, are you predicting stays are going to be 7 days a week or less or more?
It depends on the market. We've got a big following in the local market. Nickelodeon is massive within Mexico and Latin America, and their length of stay right now with us is proving to be longer than we had forecasted. So we're looking at 4-night stays. Within the U.S., we're at just almost a 6 night. So we're like at a 5.8 night stay. Okay. So it is a little bit longer than we expected. We are starting to see now for summer of 22, the 7-night, the week-long stays. Mm-hmm. And even our Europe clientele is coming in for 10 nights.
No, that's great. Because I would think I always think of a stay at any all-inclusive, and this is all-inclusive, obviously, that you want to stay about 7 nights, especially if you're coming from far away. So that's good advice. Now, is there anything else you would like to tell travel advisors about the new Nickelodeon Hotels and Resorts, Riviera Maya?
I would actually like to extend an invitation to travel advisors if they're in the Riviera Maya. Obviously, if they're staying with us as part of their points that they've earned or as a fam trip, we will definitely get them over to see the hotel. But if you're in the Riviera Maya, agents, and you have an opportunity, you've got 90 minutes to spare, set up a site inspection for us, and it will take 90 minutes in order to properly see the hotel and all the features, because we want to make sure that they understand the experience that we're providing, and also a trip over to the water park. So definitely it's an open invitation. Our sales team, they've been very well versed in setting up site inspections. We've had phenomenal feedback and reception so far from the agents that have gone, and it really does help in selling the property once you see it and understand all of the intricacies and the experience that's available to them.
Well, I certainly, as I was down there in some adjacent resorts covering some other properties before Nickelodeon opened, I could see the water park, and I'm like, wow, that looks pretty cool. Maybe I should just jump the fence and try it out, because it was really, it really looked, it's definitely, you can see it, and it's right just down the beach from Charisma's Generations Resort. And I saw the beginnings of that construction. I said, what is all that about? And they said, oh, that's where Nickelodeon is going. So that was about a couple of years ago. So here you are. It's open.
It's open.
It's open for bookings. It's ready to go. Now, where can travel advisors go to get more information about the resort in general?
Obviously, our website, charismahotels.com. Many of our tour operator partners are carrying the resort as well, so they've got information there. Our sales team is your number one resource. charismatravelaagents.com. You can find out who your sales manager is for your territory. We'll be happy to set up webinar trainings. And then, of course, obviously my open invitation to come on down, which, James, includes you. So
okay, well, definitely.
Next time you're in Mexico.
Next time. I mean, last year, the only place I did go to was Mexico, and I still have a couple. I think I have two more shots this year. So I always enjoy the Riviera Maya, and I definitely got to check this out. Whether I drag along a kid or not,
doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Marilyn, I want to thank you for taking the time to speak with us about that. We are getting excited about this. It is first of its kind type of thing, with a dedicated resort for Nickelodeon down in Mexico on the Riviera Maya. A lot of good stuff. And congratulations
thank you.
On the opening, and we'll hope to see it soon.
Thank you, James.
I'm James Schillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.